elicit a little bit of concern.
I should just be standing like with my butt like.
You could be. So.
Yeah. Hold on. I didn't see that. Steven.
Hold on. What's happening? We have lost.
He took it to the next level. Okay, he leveled up.
It's not even 8 o'clock, and we have lost all control of the performance.
They keep me in an office all day long. Except today, I wasn't in bed much today, but still.
Hold on. Do you not want me to tell the Helen Keller joke?
Oh, listen. So with 4 people already watching. Golly! Oh my word!
I wrote a paper on Helen Keller.
Okay. Hey, listen, guys. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, and they're like people are already checking in. People are already here with us. I can't even. It's like almost impossible to imagine that people have found us already this evening. So I'm thrilled about that. How are you guys doing? Welcome back. Nice to see you this week.
Hey, everybody.
Good to see you.
I think my wall might actually be getting this live, so it's a miracle. It's an actual miracle.
That you're getting it live?
My wall is.
Oh, does that mean I have to check my wall?
Well,
no, you don't really have to.
You don't have to.
You know what? I would like to. I would like to see who showed up. And
I've been messing things up on my wall. That's the thing. So.
Oh,
listen, here's what's going to happen. This happens every single time. Bridget's going to go check her wall, and then we're going to hear the 4-second, 10-second delay, and then we'll just hear a loop of us over and over again. All right, guys, listen. You know what?
Okay.
Bridget, Stefan, welcome aboard. Nice to see you.
Right now. I'm checking in.
My full name.
Oh, he has it in there. I don't even have a name on mine.
Oh, look, here we are. I see us.
Bridget is by technology.
It's the little things, Chris.
Cheers to you tonight, Bridge. Blank.
You.
Steven, welcome aboard. Nice to see you guys this week. I want to welcome everybody who's joining us tonight. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday evening, and it's the live. Our live performance, as we do every week Wednesday, where we are here for one reason only, and that's to pick on Stefan down there. False. We are here to talk about all things marketing, kind of business growth, entrepreneurialism, coaching, consulting, entrepreneurs.
Green eggs and ham.
Steven at some point is going to act like an emoji, and Bridget will say something mildly offensive. So I want to welcome everyone tonight. It is Wednesday, top of the hour, 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Coming up on 3 days before the weekend.
What does that really mean, though, Chris? What does that really mean? The weekend?
There's no weekend. Do you guys experience that? Is it the case for you guys, like when you're like the weekends come, it just doesn't like the days just don't feel any different?
Like we're in the twilight zone. Like
I don't know. Maybe you guys have social lives. I really don't have friends or anything like that, so to speak.
What nice to say about yourself, Chris. I think we're friends. Stefan might be your friend.
No, you guys are my friend, and I'm allowing no choice matter.
Okay, I'm not looking for any kind of any affirmations or anything here. Really, most of my friends, a couple of years ago, they were like, you Proudy, we're done with you. You're focused on your business. But I really do find the weekends. I found the weekdays and the weekends all kind of blend together. And I don't think that's a quarantine thing, but I don't know.
Social media doesn't allow for. I mean, when you're marketing on social media, there is no weekend. What is time? What is even time?
Yeah, there is no downtime for this. Welcome, everybody. And we are broadcasting live right now to a couple of different channels. We are going to Bridget's Facebook channel, as she just verified and was mesmerized by. Stefan's channel is his personal feed. Finally got that to work, so not just his mom can watch us.
She is watching tonight, though. I think she is watching, though.
All right, I'll be gentle. I'll be kind. I'll be gentle and kind. we don't want to pick on her baby boy.
Oh Lord. I have a like. I have a like on my video. Okay, keep going, Chris. Don't let me just sidetrack you.
And we're also going to mine and my business page and my, we're going to LinkedIn. We're broadcasting live to LinkedIn right now, Shocking, and YouTube. So welcome everybody, depending on what channel you're on. Great to see you here. Glad you're here. Sitting to over here in that, boom, that direction. Right over here is Bridget Becker-Hom, the girl with 3 names. And I want to introduce Bridget for anybody that's coming through any of my channels. Bridget is a dear friend, and she is also the mastermind behind Bridge to Freedom Coaching. Bridge is, it's impossible to even call you, say what kind of a coach you are, but you are truly a human development coach because you help people find their best selves. You help people unlock and unpackage the magnificence that sits inside of them. And Bridget, what I love about what you do is the caring nature that you have with each and every person that you work with, and you work with them like they are the only client in the world to you. And that is very inspiring. And then down here, taking the bottom slot is Mr. Stephen Carroll, who is the marketing director for the best law group in Florida, and that is the Orlando Law Group. And almost a misnomer because now they have branched out, and you'll find offices for the Orlando Law Group in Southern Florida as well, down in the Miami area. And he is on loan to us for the evening from the Orlando Law Group, so we thank Jen for that.
They let him out for a little bit.
Just for a little bit.
Just a little bit. Stephen, what I love about what you do is you take marketing in a very cool direction because you have this very optimistic and positive vibe about you, and just about everything you do embraces that. And you are, in a word, selfless in the way that you do your marketing. You actually, I know you don't like to be in the forefront. Where the client be in the forefront and have them get all the attention. Yeah.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
Guys, this is starting to feel like a retreat experience. Like I might start crying. Like Stephen Steffen, I saw him shed a little tear in his eye, but he hides it behind his glasses. And you know what? For everyone watching right now, I just want to introduce my dear friend, Mr. Christopher Proud.
Nice to see you.
Not only is he the man of the hour every hour, he is everywhere. He's everywhere. And what he does is help people to gain more visibility, more clients, and more profitability in their businesses. I mean, the raves. People are raving about what you do for client attraction in their lives, in their businesses. It's just so inspiring. I just look at you all and just see all these people going, oh my God, this is what Chris did for me. And I'm only like 5 minutes in.
That's very kind of you, Bridget, and I thank you so much for saying that. Listen, we're starting the show, and I want to just acknowledge those kind words from you. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to move the microphone right in front, and let's just get ready to roll, guys. You know what I thought we could talk about tonight is a topic on my mind that I just actually spent some time away. I was down in South Beach, down in Miami Beach for a little while, and things are definitely at a different level down there. The people are at a different level. When it comes to the way they present themselves, the style, the fashion is totally different than you see anywhere else in the world. But also the marketing tends to be a little bit more edgy down there. And I see some things down there that were very edgy and very eye catching. Kind of stopped me in my tracks. Even stuff that was online, but also stuff that was in print or advertising just about everywhere. It was all pretty edgy, and it definitely caught my attention. So I figured we could chat about that tonight. Maybe talk a little bit about what some of the edgy things that we've seen or that you've heard of, or stuff that you might have tried that might work. And I'll start it off because I know I'm just springing it on you right now, but. One of the things that and I try to do this, but maybe not as pronounced as I could, but I think if you can just be just that slight, the word odd is the word I want to use, but I'm not even sure if odd is the right word. But if you can be just like a little bit odd or just have that little bit of an edge that's off somewhere, that you really do have the opportunity to make a very big statement and catch eyes, on you and about your brand. And it's not that I'm necessarily like an odd, I'm not an odd character or anything like that. But I do, I kind of am, I'm kind of in your face when I'm talking. When we're doing these Zooms, I'm kind of like, I'm moving in and out. I'm kind of animated, always, wow, kind of like that. And I think that's the kind of thing that if you can make that happen throughout your marketing, you really do have the opportunity to make a pretty big impression. What do you guys think?
I think that you are definitely onto something.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, I'm curious what this edgy jargon looked like. Like, you were in Miami. What was something that jumps out to you when you think about what you saw there? Like, give me some examples. I just want to.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Here's an edgy example that this isn't necessarily odd, but it's definitely very edgy. And it was a picture. It was a photograph, like a poster that was advertising, some sort of a food, like some sort of Cuban food. But it was this, and it was the image was only the woman's face, like just her mouth, really bright lipstick on, and her mouth was open, and she was like taking a bite of it. But there was something so very sexually evocative about it, taking the food and going into this, this woman's mouth, that, you looked at that thing and it's almost like, you're almost like, covering your eyes, or at least covering your kids' eyes, but it's, it's just food. And I remember, gosh, this is going back almost 13 years. I was doing some work for a bakery up outside of Boston. And one of the concepts that I brought to them was to do something very similar to what I saw over the weekend, which was take some of their cake and put it on a fork and have it in a woman's mouth with the bright red lipstick and have that photograph done. They ultimately rejected that because it was too edgy. It was, it was a little bit too edgy for them. Stephen, like, what have you seen, especially in your experience? It's hard to be edgy in real estate, but what kind of things have you seen?
Super hard, and I think I've seen a lot of things done in marketing. The one thing that I can attest to is that for real estate, I think the reason why edginess is winning right now is because of the word saturation. And it's the idea that there's so many people trying to do these things and put themselves out there that you've got to play your strongest hand. And to me, your strongest hand has to do with all your quirks, all the things that make you odd, I'll give you an example. I have a very loud laugh, and, spoiler alert. And, and that wasn't it. But I also have a very genuine laugh. And so I think the formula trade-off there, for me at least, is on this noisy social media platforms, all this noise. If you're able to be a little vulnerable, if you're able to laugh at yourself a little bit, if you're able to showcase your quirks, you might stand a better chance at standing out.
Yeah.
And so, like, certain real estate agents, I follow them. I follow tons of them on Facebook. I'll tell you right now, one of the hashtags that a real estate agent came up with that I love, and it's a little edgy. It's not going to sound edgy, but he uses it all the time, and I love it, and it makes me laugh. It's hashtag your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. And the reason why I love that, no one's allowed to steal that, by the way. If you heard that, no one is allowed to steal it, because I know that agent will come. That agent won't be happy. No, but
great news.
I mean, I just got into real estate. That's exactly the phrase I was going to use. That's crazy that you said that.
Well, and the thing is, and the truth is that all of his stuff is kind of like this, where it's funny, it makes you laugh, but it also plays on the fact that every one of us probably knows someone already that is our favorite realtor. So he's making the joke that, like, I'm so good at what I do that, I'm not only your favorite realtor, but I'm your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. I love that,
I completely agree. And just really quickly, I've seen Steven's sincere laugh, and it goes like this.
That was almost at real laugh scale. Okay.
That was almost.
Wait, do I need to tell?
Reenactment.
Do I need to tell Helen Keller?
You know what? Based on what happened in the pre-show, I'm going to encourage you to never tell a joke again. So,
what am I doing?
Bringing it all together, there's a real estate agent down in Miami that actually you reminded me of, who did something edgy recently, and in the pictures of their properties, and I can't remember the name of the property, but it's like 5900 Collins or something like that. If somebody knows the name of that property, somebody who's watching, I've talked about this with other people, just bop that into the chat. What this agent did was he had people come into the photos for the property, but he had them dress up in these gigantic masks. So like the big animal head costumes. So these people were in like the fanciest designer clothes, and then they all, like, one guy had a tiger or a lion mask on, and another guy had on a like a llama head, and then a unicorn head, and they were doing lifestyle poses in the property, like they were sitting eating empanadas, or they were, playing some sort of a sport or down on the beach. But it was absolutely gorgeous in how vastly different it was from anything I've ever seen before in real estate pictures. Bridget, what do you think?
Well, first of all, when we got into this conversation, I was thinking that Steve and Stefan had the great idea to try out red lipstick. And then I was thinking the same at certain points. However, what you were really saying is that adding beauty and adding art, infusing that into your market, into what you're doing, that's a part of your presentation. Presentation is huge. It's been said you have 7 seconds to make an impression on someone. Well, you just showed us, Chris, that in Miami, they know how to make an impression. So whatever it is, start looking at different ways to showcase who you are, who your authentic self is, what your quirks are. Also, another thing that you do that I notice in your social media, and I think you've done it recently, you started incorporating Amy.
Yeah.
You started, this is one of the things I've suggested to people that I partner with too. Start showing, increase your connectivity with the beauty of your life. Start, throwing, I throw a kid in my Zoom meetings sometimes, I have 3 of them. So, just start sharing your authenticity, your connectivity, to show people that you are not 100% polished all the time.
Yeah, I noticed, and thank you for observing that. I noticed that when I posted a picture of Amy with me, that like the engagement went way up, and clearly so. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman, and she has a beautiful smile. I'm hideous, so it balances itself out, and it gives people something other than come on.
He probably liked you for your baking skills. I mean, that I didn't know about until now.
That might be true. Jeremy Tischler is checking in with a really insightful comment saying, "Don't take yourself so seriously," and he's right. If one way to be a little bit edgy in your marketing is if you can not take yourself so seriously. So I appreciate that comment, Jeremy, and thank you very much for that. And he's right. If you do. And we all know people like this who just take themselves so seriously. They're in this lane, and it's impossible for them to get out of that lane. They can't have a lot of fun in their marketing. They can't have a lot of fun with their clients, and ultimately, they just reveal themselves as not being very fun people, and that's going to be somebody that's kind of hard to work with.
Well, yeah. Who wants to work with a perfect person? Who? Does anyone want to work with a perfect person? No.
Yeah, no, you've got to. I mean, we all do have our idiosyncrasies. Mine is that I can't say that word. We all have those things, and when you reveal them to the client, it does in fact make it a little bit more embracing. Stephen, what do you think?
I agree completely. I think I said this on an episode prior. But I'll say it again. And I heard this from somewhere else. This is not even from me. I heard this from somewhere else. Punching me back in. I like that. Punching me in and out. I like that.
I just like how you said, "I'll say it again. I'll say it again."
Literally, say it again. And I'll say it again.
You said it. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. You can't get out of that loop.
Leaders, it's true. Leaders laugh. Leaders can find the humor in their own life. Leaders set people around them at ease, being able to laugh at themselves and find that humor in their own life. And I think there's a charm ability to that. It puts your people around you, your friends and family, at ease, because they understand that you're able to laugh a little bit and find that humor. Many times you're forced to find the humor in your life about the things that you're most vulnerable about, so like I think that formula, that formula that I did come up with, which is vulnerability is equals attention online. I think that formula is so true because ultimately, if you've ever been in front of making a Facebook status and you write what you really feel, and then you're nervous, so you delete it. And I know we've all been there. You got to think, why did you delete it? Was it because you were being vulnerable in that moment and it was a little scary? You might be onto something there, for your marketing.
I think I just posted whatever I've written. I don't know. I guess that's
Yes.
working. I mean, Chris, do you edit a lot?
I really don't. Boy, my
I think it's awesome. Everything that you say, just like really, it feels like you're speaking to me.
yeah,
And
that's why I don't. Thank you. I interrupted. Go ahead.
no, it feels like you're speaking to me when you're writing, and yet writing. You know, it's so. And I want to touch on what Steve and Stefan said. I'm sorry, I keep calling you that. It's just stuck in my brain.
Mom, I feel bad for Mom.
But the humor is what connects people together. You know, start telling jokes. Don't tell. I mean, you know, did you hear about the circus fires? They were intense. Sorry, that was a horrible joke. But seriously, if you incorporate humor into your clients' lives, into the people that you're always connecting with, that is a form of art that is kind of lost in our culture. Like, really utilize humor. Tell some horrible jokes. It's fine. It breaks the ice. It helps your clients to break free from receiving the sales pitch as well when you're talking with people.
If anybody is looking for a string of horrible jokes, just find Bridget Becker-Ham on social media. That is the queen of corny, horrible jokes.
I won't tell them well. I'll be like, wait. I told this wrong. Let me try again.
Yeah, let me try that. Yeah, let me try to tell that joke again. So listen, Amy Prouty just checked in, and she reminded me that the name of the that the property is the MEI, MEI is the property. I just tried without success to try to find one of those images to pull up onto the screen to show you guys. And so, you know, maybe, you know, with oh my God, it's 8:20. We only have 10 minutes left. Listen, if anybody, how did that happen? We really do need to cover some more material. If anybody out there can find a picture from the MEI in Miami, MEI, with, you know, with the people with those heads, I do want to show that, because I think that's some of the edgiest stuff that I've ever seen. I don't even know where the time goes, you guys. But hey, I'll tell you who checked.
Who checked in? I saw Michael Feiger. Hi.
Michael Feiger's out there. Rachel is my number one fan, my BFF. My soulmate sister, Rachel Pollack, is checking in. So glad that she's out there. Eileen Rain, who, as we all know, is single-handedly reducing the unemployment population with her program, checking in as well. I saw a couple more people check in. It whizzed by me way too fast, but I think I saw Larry out there, and Chris Rivera, who is another masterful life coach and human performance coach, is checking in out there. So if anybody does find that, send it to me in Facebook Messenger, and I will. I'll pop that up on the screen. It's one of those pictures. From
I have a couple comments that I want to give shout outs to.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Donna, who has been tuning in like almost every week. She says, "Love to see you all." Jennifer says, "Hello, you made it work." Thank you, Jen. I did. And Erica De Jesus, fantastic attorney with the Orlando Law Group, says, "Edgy over generic." Carol has dropped a ghost emoji. Thank you, Carol. And we're all getting in the Halloween spirit at OLG. So the Halloween is strong with us right now.
Hey, actually, Lisa Stanner checked in, and we had an amazing conversation today, and I would love to share with everyone watching what we discussed, because we really kind of had a breakthrough together, because we were talking about when you meet with potential people that you would like to partner with, how you want to help them. We talked about, okay, what aspect of it, because it's always about the profitability and the people, the connection and the money, right? So we were talking about, okay, what percentage of the whole interaction from start to finish do you talk about money? And we talked about it, and it was like less than 25%. So we said the connectivity, you know, the art, the beauty, everything, all how you connect with people is about 75% of that equation. So we were talking about how you connect with people when you talk about adding in your family, adding in artwork that you've seen, adding value in different ways is actually the majority of how you meet more clients, people want to partner, why people want to partner with you. It's not just because you do a great job at what you do based on how you help your clients. It's that they actually like who you are. And that is an element of differentiating yourself. If you're able
that's absolutely brilliant. And I really appreciate you coming forward with that, because that's some very insightful information that, you know, that I think everybody can walk away with, you know, with some value there. Amy Prouty on the spot found this. I'm gonna put this in front of us right now. But look at this. This is a picture from
awesome.
This is a picture from a real estate listing.
Interesting.
And there were dozens of these things, but I mean, take a look at this. These people were in all of these listings, and in their crazy.
This is how they do real estate in Miami. Wow.
I mean,
Miami.
I've never seen anything like this. But when we're talking about being edgy in your marketing, doing something like that is, you take a tremendous risk when you do something like that, because you risk looking, if you don't do it right, you're going to look like an idiot. And we see people all the time who try to do something edgy, and they think they're doing something edgy, and they just end up looking like idiots. But what these people did with that image, and I'll throw it up again as I'm talking about it, but what these guys did is they're hugely professional shots. I mean, these weren't taken with your phone camera. They're well lit shots. They showcase the property very well, but they also did a great job at finding the right people to wear these masks and show up and do this. And there are 35 pictures like this in the listing, which you run such a risk when you do this. They pulled it off. They did it right. They stand out. And, to me, that's hugely inspirational. I wish I could do something like that, but, I'm not going to be able to pull that off.
I think.
And would that have even worked if the pictures weren't of good quality? Would that have even worked?
No.
If it wouldn't have worked. So there's like those lines there that you have to kind of pay attention to, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Bridget, what do you think?
Oh, 100%. And I like how you emphasize that it is taking a risk. You
Huge.
are putting yourself out there. Even, I have some people that I talk to, they're like, I don't want to go Facebook Live. I don't want to do it. It makes me uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Once you do it, you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel like you were engaging. People are going to give you feedback. You're going to gain more visibility, and you're going to create more connections. But so go Facebook Live. If you're watching right now, go Facebook Live. If you're watching us, you like Facebook Live.
Put a unicorn mask on and go Facebook Live.
Listen,
okay?
Stefan, you're going to put a mask on next week, okay? It's always Halloween. You could find
I'm tempted to, and I may.
A couple of check-ins. Eric Rosberg checking in. He wants me to tell the purple cow story. I don't know if I remember the purple cow story. That sounds great in and of itself. Eric, you'll have to give me some clues as to what the purple cow story is. I don't know if I completely remember that. Crowdy again checking in, coming to the rescue. Thank you so much, Amy, for coming out with for finding those images. Chris Rivera somehow found those images as well. Michelle Murder checking in, saying love to us all, and that is wonderful. Hey, have you guys ever done anything like super embarrassing? When you're trying to do something marketing and you end up doing just something completely dumb or embarrassing, and it's worked out for you. Bridget, I can't imagine that that's ever happened to you.
Oh my gosh, of course not. I would never. What are you talking about? Are you talking about like my strange scandalous pitch where I looked like a librarian, then like ripped my top jacket off, ripped the
That's how you do that, yeah.
Yeah, and then every day of my life, pretty much as a mom.
Pretty much
every day.
Yeah.
We don't look good as a unit. I just get used to being vulnerable, and it starts to just feel normal, natural, and it feels good. And then I'm able to pull that out of other people. They feel like they could be their authentic selves. And that's what happens in your client interaction. When you show up as yourself, your client feels 100% comfortable with you. Therefore, you guys are going to form a connection.
Yeah, agreed. Stephen, how about you? What's the most embarrassing thing when you're trying to market? If there is anything, you seem like you're always well put together.
No, there's always things. There's always something, Many times I don't divulge those things. No, I think, I mean, even going live right here was very, I didn't post it to my wall. I clicked the wrong button, I think, and I even admitted it. I'm admitting it now. But, I think, there's been other times where, if it's just certain things that have been embarrassing, or, I'm trying to think of one specifically, but I think, I think that's pretty much takes the cake, right there. Just all the faces that I make. I'm someone who intrinsically I have to be okay with my quirks because I wear them all right up here. And so but ultimately, there's been plenty of times where, maybe there was a watermark left on something that wasn't my fault, but also, but I didn't correct it. And then people went nuts on it or stuff like that, but you learn from those things, and it's an opportunity. Being when you're making mistakes, there are always opportunities. But But really, you got to go inside. Like, for instance, my laugh. Like, I showcase my laugh. I love my laugh. Like, I've learned to love my laugh. I would correct that. I've learned to love my laugh.
I like this. This is like a coaching session. I feel
clarification. Hey, listen, clarification. I don't have a purple cow story, but Eric Rosberg does, and he wants to share it sometime. So I will look forward to that. Good old. My buddy Rodney Allen checking in. Rodney lives in the Philippines and he does a VA. He has a VA service. Find Rodney in my friends list and outsource the stuff that you don't want to do yourself. In the 1 minute that we have left, I do want to give all of the fans, I want to give them a little something that they can walk away with it. And I really believe that this isn't necessarily the edgiest technique, but I think it is one of the most potent. And that is when you can showcase your clients and tell your client's story instead of telling your own story. When you can tell your client's story, then you have this very powerful technique for showcasing someone else. And that is the kind of universal energy that's just going to boom around. What's the word I'm trying to say?
Boomerang.
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 Boomerang around.
It's gonna boomerang around. Boomerang.
Let me try it again. It's going to boomerang. That's like lemon meringue. It's going to boomerang. I don't even want to say the word. It's just going to echo, and it's going to come right back, and it's going to come right back to you. I love to share clients about my stories. I love to share stories about my clients, and especially when I'm put on the spot to do so. And I truly do have an affinity for all of my clients, and it's always a joy to be able to tell their stories. So if I had to give you something to take away from this, it is going to be that you should always be telling the stories about your clients, especially when they're there, when they're not there, whenever you get the chance, tell your client stories. Bridget, what's one takeaway that you'll give the people?
Focus on leveling up in how you see yourself, how you are marketing yourself, how you are sharing who you are. Are there parts of you that you are hiding? Are you editing too much on your Facebook wall? Yeah. Are you living and partnering with fear? Go Facebook Live, share how you get to help people in an authentic way. Maybe you're going to be sitting in a hammock. Maybe you're going to be swinging on a swing and telling your story. That is quirky. Okay, and I might do that tomorrow. But seriously, find those things that make you stand out. Those things that are authentically you.
I will say this and acknowledge what you said. I have a client, her name's Robin, and Robin was never a Facebook Live kind of person, and she decided to do Facebook Live every single day, and she's been doing it every single day for like 3 weeks. And now that this woman just she takes her phone and boom, she's live. She started, hesitant and a little shy, and she was actually like, I'm going to try to do a minute. I was like, Robin, you got to do 10 minutes. Now, in her latest one, almost 3 weeks later, she got on and she's singing. She was singing a song on a Facebook Live. I mean, that is a complete transformation from one place to another. So you are right. Take that step forward, level up, and don't hesitate. Stephen, what's yours if you had to give people one takeaway? How to be a little bit edgy, how to do something to stand out?
Of course, I said find the humor in your own life. Learn to laugh a little bit at yourself. Learn to showcase that to your audience. If you're not getting those stories from your clients, like that Chris is talking about, share yours with your clients. That's how I always got stories that I love from my clients. Is we talked and I shared a little bit about myself. They shared a little bit about themselves. So sometimes it requires you to kind of share a little bit about yourself to your client, something funny, something quirky, and they'll come out of the shadows with their quirks, and together you'll be just like a quirky little empire together. Just people will love to watch that. People will love to relate to that. People will see the power in your vulnerability. That's
fantastic. Stephen, if anybody watching from either of our walls wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Contact the Orlando Law Group. Or just go to my Facebook wall at Stephen Carroll, or Stephen Carroll on Facebook.
And Bridget, if there's somebody that needs some human performance coaching, they want to level themselves up, they want to be better at everything, how do they get a hold of you?
DM me on LinkedIn, just Bridget Beckerham, Connectivity Coach, or DM me on Facebook.
Amazing. And anybody wants to get a hold of me, just remember Chris Prouty is everywhere. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna extend just one little bit. I did this last week, and I was talking to a large group of people, And I tried this and it actually worked. I told everyone in the group, I said, I just want you today to walk up to people, walk up to anybody and say, say something like Chris Prouty is everywhere, or, or ask, walk up to people and ask them, who is Chris Prouty? Just to see what the response was. I saw people posting in their Instagram or their Facebook stories, them actually saying, who is Chris Prouty? So that was I took a little bit of a risk with that. And it was kind of fun to do. I'm glad I just remembered.
That was fun.
Guys, half an hour. Half an hour is up. I want to thank you guys. It's like that. It just goes by like that. I want to thank you guys again for being here this week. Thanks for having the great conversation. Stephen, as always, appreciate you being here. I'm going to say good night. And then Bridget, as always, you get the last word.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Remember, game on. It's time to level up in your life and your business.
Bye, everybody. Oh, that was the last word. You take it again.
It's time to level up in your life and your business. Game